I should have included this in a video I made yesterday, and I'll include it at the end of this, but I know that more people are more interested in this, the UFO topic. And no, I'm not pandering to the audience, just I'm lazy editing, we're gonna figure it's just better to go this way. And anyways, let's start off with yesterday's. Suspicious Observers is a great channel. I've been subscribed to him for over a decade. Well, technically not, except I've lost my accounts, but you know what I mean. Gotta get the flag in there.
Good morning, folks. We've got some really interesting stuff today for the solstice. Top science, a mystery and something potentially unbelievable, and a look at Earth and Sun events. We're starting with our star, where the last day saw one M-class flare and several C-class events. None was strong enough to release significant plasma. The coronal holes are crossing through center disk, this last one having the best chance to impact geospace solar wind, which would likely happen on Friday. We'll switch from ionized iron to ionized helium to confirm that the flashing at the active regions didn't loose any CMEs into space. There was one off the north, which was a plasma filament. The big sunspots on the north will face Earth tomorrow, and we will have eyes on those. But right now, we've got to go to SOHO, the coronagraph, where many of you noticed the object appearing to move at the sun and then turn around and run away. It's near the top left of the blocking disk, and clearly something comes in and then goes out. To be honest, there are really only three explanations I can think of for this one, and I admit, the first thing that comes to mind is, well, something out of the History Channel. In today's second video, coming this afternoon, we will go deeper into the options that come to mind, with one being much scarier than it being a UFO and aliens. Folks, the aftershocks near and close by to the 6.4 California earthquake we reported yesterday have been prolific. At least 2 deaths are now confirmed from the event. Hopefully, we don't have more coming. Moving on to the articles, we've got a major study on the cardiovascular risk presented by heat waves versus cold waves. While both are shown to have negative effects on the body, it won't shock most of you observers to discover that their conclusion is that cold is the scarier one for blood pressure and overall heart risk. Fun to read with the Arctic blast.
So yeah, we also, I like them because they debunk this whole, climate situation. And there's more rationality behind it. But let me pause it here for a moment.
This one is interesting. If you can, well, folks, this one is interesting. If you can see right near the top left of the central blocking disk of the sun, we have something appearing to change direction. And we have seen this before when a comet goes around the sun and comes back around the other side. But this thing doesn't go around the sun. This thing appears to approach that top left portion and then goes up and away. Now, as I see it, there are three.
I just had it.
Three possibilities here. And
there it is. All right. That's the object. And it's coming, then doing one of these. It's almost like it came by the satellite, because, that's what we're looking at this through, a satellite, the lens. And so it's like it came from behind and then swooped in. You see what I'm saying? Like it's hard to explain, and it's gone through in here. So, oops, sorry about that.
One of them kind of plays into some of the other ones. First thing is, it is possible this thing isn't actually close to the sun. It's that it just whizzed by the satellite and then shot up, and it never actually got anywhere near the sun. That would make a lot more sense size-wise, although it's still very challenging to explain its velocity, still very challenging to explain its change of direction. Obviously, one of the first things that pops into minds is aliens. Is that a UFO? You might, if you saw the morning news, know that I put that little meme gif of Giorgio Tsoukalos on there where he's like, I'm not saying it's aliens, but it's aliens. I have absolutely no way to rule that out. This is quite the peculiar thing we're seeing there, especially with its movement. But I'd like to offer another potential explanation with the caveat that I don't have any information, and frankly, nobody has any information to distinguish or actually make a definitive call on what this is. As the galactic current sheet is pushing dust and other material in towards the solar system, we should be seeing clumping, aggregation of some of those materials. And what's interesting is at this time of year, if the sun is right in front of us and we're looking at the sun, the galaxy, the center of the galaxy is behind us. So anything coming from there would be coming past Earth first. And if you actually notice, it appears that this object appears bigger, a little bit bigger and brighter before swinging up and out where it appears somewhat smaller. Since the galactic magnetic reversal has not happened yet, and the accumulation at the sun is not happening to the greatest degree yet, the photoluminescence and especially the solar wind outflow should still be able to push things out and away. And if that was a clump of dust, neutrals, gases, or whatever coming with the galactic current sheet, this is exactly what it would look like. It would look bigger and then it would look smaller as it went up and away. If that is what it is, we should start to see more and more of these things as time goes on. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not next week. But what if this was one of the first of the larger clumps that's actually going to be arriving? And I think that's a really interesting concept. Again, absolutely no way for anyone to distinguish. If it wasn't something that was just close to the satellite and it was our perspective that made it look like it came close to the sun, if it actually did get close to the sun, this was an enormous aggregation. We're talking planet size. Not planet density, because it would still be loosely tied together, but absolutely incredible. I have not seen anything like this on SOHO coronagraphs before. I think it's very interesting, and I think at this point we have no choice but to keep all options open. Maybe it was one of the first aggregated clumps coming with the galactic current sheet. Maybe it was a UFO, and there's really no way for anybody to know. But love to hear your comments in the comment section. As always, thanks for tuning in, and I will see you in the morning for the daily show. Be safe, everyone.
All right. So let me just get the video. Now I want to show you exactly how we know this person is good. Alright, so maybe I could provide a better example, but anyways.
Gets a little crazier. It was some years ago, September 11th, 2014, I dropped a video that you see right here of this massive object feeding off of the sun. An absolutely massive object. Some could say it's impossible, but yet in NASA's archived images and in their data, we find this huge object doing just that. It seems to be feeding off the sun, and as it pulls away, this tether of energy snaps and coils back to the sun. I've got a whole video on this, but now we've got something new to add to this. something that's pretty mind-blowing in itself. It's happened again. A decade later, this happens. And you can go over to Helio Viewer and you can punch in the dates of 4/18 of this year, of 2022. And you can go to the A1A171, the exact same satellite camera that picked this up the first time, has caught it again. And the one in 2012 that I show in my video clip is a lot clearer than the new one. The newest one is a little more fuzzy, but it's there, it happens, and something is going up to our sun, something absolutely massive, and feeding off of it, connecting to it. It is there. NASA tries to always give a ton of excuses, and mind you, it's mostly all lies. But we have yet again this object like the size of Jupiter connected to the sun and pulling away from it, almost like it's a gas station and it's filling up on energy and pushing on. Cold fusion, you would say. Anyhow, this event, not a singular event.
I mean, like, pardon, the line. I mean, like that. But look for the curve. You see it?
It now has a secondary one behind it. I'm going to leave a link over here to Helio Viewer, and you can punch in the dates. You can see the dates right here on the first one and what I used, what I compiled over at Helio Viewer. You can check out my original video, and you can sample these dates over here at the site. And you'll see you're going to get the same thing, this huge object feeding off the sun. Pretty wild, if you ask me.
And I'll conclude with the video that I made from yesterday. And coincidences, man. It just, things peculiar. Well, this was published one day ago. A shockwave from the sun has opened up a crack in Earth's magnetic field. Maybe we don't know everything. Crack in Earth's magnetic field, and it could trigger a geomagnetic storm. A mysterious shockwave and a gust of solar wind has sent a barrage of high-speed material smashing into the Earth's magnetic field, opening up a crack in the magnetosphere. The barrage of plasma could lead to a geomagnetic storm today, December 19th, according to space weather. Magnitude 6.4 earthquake strikes Northern California today, December 20th. 6.4 geomagnetic storm. Maybe we don't know everything that there is to know about weather. Just saying. Be safe, be kind, stay strong. I love you all. And I mean, I know this sounds kind of hokey pokey, but I mean, weird events, especially on the solstice too. I wonder what we're getting for Christmas.